Hey everybody. So today we're looking at some funk and some country and putting them together. So I like to play chicken pickin' with like a funk undertone under with everything. And I feel like it really sets you apart from the other chicken pickers when you add this element to it. Because if you got something that's funky and it's country, it's adds a new, fresh perspective. So I'm going to demonstrate that with a little loop that I made just like 3 seconds ago here, and it's just a funk progression, just on the one in the key of E, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so it's pretty funky. I'll add some country stuff to it. Okay, so anyway, you get the idea. So, and how I'm kind of achieving this is basically I'm using my fingers a lot, but I'm trying to think in terms of a groove as opposed to licks so much. So, the way I would go about this is I would just start doing, you can do this hybrid picking where you're using your pick and your fingers. Personally, I use my fingers. So, like, I try to come up with a rhythmic groove on the guitar first. Kind of like you're like DJ scratching or something. Kind of like that. So like I try to think in terms of that really. And what I'm doing there it is so I'm going like so it's like index and middle to thumb back and forth and you could get around this by going like pick and fingers too if you want to do it. So and then you add whatever pattern you come up with. You kind of go, you weave in between patterns that you hear in your head just rhythmically, and then you add licks to them, basically. So see, if I took away the notes, it's just, and then you add the notes. And then I'm going in and out of it, obviously, like, but this, I always kind of come back to a pattern that you're familiar with, or you could do whatever. Okay, so now I'm going to try this over like a 1-4-5 blues progression, but in a funk fashion. And we're just going to play some country licks over it with what we just talked about. So here we go. I'm going to add a little bit. Anyway, you get the idea. So, I mean, that was all just like regular country stuff you would normally hear, like in a. So now we have like a more country thing. Still playing the same kind of licks. So I'm playing the same licks over that, but so if you're playing in any kind of funk type of a way, and I'm thinking at it in a funk perspective of just rhythmic. You find a pattern. It's kind of like when you find a pattern on a guitar where you play it, and then you do it again, and then you do it again. You just, you just keep going up and up and up the neck, but you're just sticking with that same pattern. It's the same kind of thing rhythmically. Whatever. But anyway, so I mean, you can come up with any pattern you want here. And yeah, basically that's just some fundamental basics when it comes to mixing funk and country genre.